Good morning, stitchy friends, and welcome to my floss tube. My name is Tricia and I just want to stitch. Today is April the 9th. The weather is finally cooperating. We are in Canada, in Ontario. Excuse me, in Ontario. I think we had our last hurrah of snow this week, so hopefully we're done with that. But we shall see. So how has your week been going so far? Mine has been a little slow. Not as many stitches this week. Had a lot of family. Saturday, Sunday and Monday, and then we went to look at a condo on Tuesday. So yeah, not much happening. It's stitch wise. I got about just over 3,000 stitches in. But it's progress, right? And that's what it's all about, and just enjoy it. I didn't really stitch much yesterday. I was so tired. Monday night, I hardly slept. I was up at 1:30 in the morning. That was me done. And then we were on the road all day. Didn't get home till nearly 11 o'clock at night. And then with the weekend prior to that, yeah, I was wiped. I just did what I had to do and that was it. But it was a bit of a struggle bus yesterday. Anyway, today is a new day. Things are moving along. I'm enjoying my stitching again. And what do I have for you today? Well, first of all, I'm going to show you my WIPs, my focus WIP that I work on every day. Then the rest of the WIPs. I think I have 6 WIPs altogether, total. Then I will go over my WIP go for next week and my new starts. And in my plans, I have a little bit of news in my plans. So, I don't know why I took my glasses off. I feel better with my glasses off. I feel more comfortable. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let me show you where I'm at with my focus piece, which is the Haid Sal Wise and Brave. I can't help myself. I'm really focusing on getting these eyes done. Sorry about that. My little piles are falling down. I got 1,400 stitches into this one. I really do enjoy stitching on this. It's hard to put it down. Hope you can see it all, yeah. So that's the Wise and Brave. It's part of the Haid Sal. I got the first 3 pages completed. And now I'm almost completed the first row of the second set of 3 pages. So yeah, so it's looking good. So I'm very happy with that one. So that was really my main thing that I focused on last week. You just put that down. Jack was in here, but he left. Because I closed the door. You know how cats are with doors? Do you have a cat? As soon as you close the door, they want out. And then if you leave it closed again, they want in. So I just left it ajar. So hopefully he can find his own way in and out. Okay, that's a plan for next week. So next up, I'll do that one last. My WIP go for last week. So my week runs from Wednesday to Tuesday. And yes, it's Thursday and I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I was completely wiped out yesterday. So this is September's Revenge. It is a design by Maximum Cross Stitch. Here it is. I'm using the called for fabric, which is, I can tell you, for once. Okay, because I have it clipped in here. It's Panettone 28 count linen. And the threads that I'm using are Roxy Flosco threads. Here they all are. So I bought this as a kit. And I have, okay. So this was my starting point last week. So I was going to work on this blue flower here. So, yeah. And here is my board. I got quite a bit done. Yeah. I finished the blue flower and I put some more of the green in. So there you go. Really happy with how this is coming together. I put in a total of 723 stitches in that one. So that was pretty good. At the beginning of my stitchy week, I was doing really well until I got to Saturday, and then things just went off a cliff. But that's okay. I decided, I'd made a decision that when my family is here, I was going to stitch in the evenings. Yeah, that didn't work because I'm trying to get anybody in my family to take an interest in cross stitch. I don't want to force it on them. I just would be happy, you know, that somebody could take up where I leave when I pop off this mortal coil, that there would be somebody to pick up my pieces. No takers yet. Instead, my granddaughter wants me to help her make a stuffy of her guinea pigs. And then another request came in of a rabbit. I don't make stuffies, but we're going to give it a go. I do not make stuffies. So I have to find a pattern of a guinea pig. If anybody knows that there's a stuffy pattern somewhere of a guinea pig, I'm your person over here. Anyway, okay, I undid all the zips so there would be no zip noises. And now I'm doing them up again. Okay, the next project I worked on is this one by Love Poppet. It's called Life is Sweet. And it's a very cute chart. Because I've been doing a bit of sweewee. You know, over and above my Haid Sal that I work on every day and my WIP goes, which are, what are they? They're 2 charts each month, and this month it's 3. I'm a free agent, basically. Anyway, I will show you where I am with this. This was my starting point, and I'll show you where I got to. I'm pretty happy with this. It's not a super large chart. It is, where is it? It's 101 wide by 121 tall. Oh, I don't think you want to see the wrong side. Okay. And And here we are. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Lugana in a soft grey. So I got a fair amount done. Quite happy with my progress on this one. It's really pretty. This one I got 505 stitches into it, which is not bad. Okay. Okay, because it snowed this week, I put in 100 stitches on falling snow, and I'm getting to the point where I'm almost completed this top white band altogether. I didn't take a before photo. Again, this is, it's either a 28 Lugana or a 32. And I'm stitching it, the white I'm using is 3865. I apologise for the hanging thread. So I put in a few rows here, across here. And I'll show you. This is where we're at. Isn't it pretty? I really do like this one. Well, actually, I like all of my projects. Don't we all? Otherwise, we wouldn't be stitching on them. Sometimes it can be challenging just to get going and get started on something. But once you get into it, it's great. I'm having my biggest project. It's called A Better to See You With. I call it Red. It's a wolf with Little Red Riding Hood going into his mouth. If you've been on my channel before, you will have seen that. I've kind of dropped off with that, and I was putting in 100 stitches a day, and I really need to get back into it. I have it on a stand in my living room, so yeah, so that it'd be easily accessible. Yeah. Okay, and this one I also put 100 stitches. Well, I've put 200 stitches in this. I'm counting 100 stitches I put in this morning, which I shouldn't really, but here he is. It's a Prairie Schooler Santa, Hockey Santa, and this is from 2009. Again, I need to spend more time with this. I really like this fabric that I have my Santas on. I think it's called Platinum. When I got back into stitching, I was very much into Lugana or even weave. And here, this is as far as I've got. I've put 200 stitches in him. I think it's time to push and get this done. So my plan is to at least put 100 stitches in a week, because it won't take too much. I've only got to do these and this top half of him. All the main stitching is done. So, and this is where I am with this. I have 5 Santas on here. So here's number 1, number 2, my mistake, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And what I'm going to do is I have a lovely piece of live edge wood that I'm going to get a friend to cut into blocks for me so that I can mount my Santas on the front of the blocks, and then I'm going to have them on my mantle. Yeah, that's the plan. So I only technically wanted to do 5. Well, I want to do more than that. I have more Santas. So I could probably get, if I frog out the mistake, I could probably get 2 more Santas out of this fabric, which would be good. I really enjoy this. It's perfect for these Santas. I must have another piece somewhere. Anyway, that's that one. Okay, I have one more project to show you, but I need to explain to you what my plans are. So for now, moving forward, I am going to, once a week, I am going to choose a project going alphabetically. So last week I picked out After the Roses. It is by Ink Circles. Don't know if I have a photo of my starting point. No. No, I don't. Anyway, here is the design. Oh. This is, again, is on a 28 count blue garner. And it's called Fresco, and I would hazard a guess it's from Forbidden Fiber Co. Don't quote me on that because I'm not altogether sure. And I've almost got the first quadrant finished. How much did I get into this? I put 276 stitches in here, and I worked this flower here, down here, finished these leaves. Yeah. So I'm using the called for threads for this. They're over dyes. Classic Colourworks. Yeah, and a couple of DMC. But yeah, you can see the nice pink or rose colour. Yeah. All right. So that's what I accomplished during the last week. And so because I'm going alphabetically, and I'm not doing like all the A's in a section, all the B's, I'm just going 1A, 1B, 1C, on and on that way. Because I have a lot of Christmas ones and I would be stuck in C's for quite a while. And I don't really want to do a lot of Christmas charts right now. So next week, this coming week, I picked, my next letter is B, obviously, and I have, this is Jareen Jones, and it's called B Hoop. And guess what I'm stitching it on? This is a pale blue garner, and I think I've made a mistake in this, so I really have to look at it before I can get going. But that will be my starting point. And I'll take a photo of this so I can show you my progress, because who's going to remember? I'm not going to remember where I started from. This is a huge piece of fabric. I really like it, actually. I love the colour. So this chart is, and I'm sure it's 28 count. The design is 140 by 140. Not huge, but big enough. But it's really quite pretty. But I made my mistakes somewhere around here. So I need to check that so I can go round. But it's been almost a year since I had this out. So I'd like to get some really good progress with it. Being stitched with DMC. I think it was called for DMC. Yes. All right. So that will be one thing I need to work on this coming week. I'm also working on autumn montage, which I haven't got very far in, so only 50 stitches. But on Monday I have to start my next WIP go for the month, and that is this doozy. I don't think I've worked on this for 18 months. It's called Consider the Lilies. I started this when I went to Australia. I did a back-to-back 3 cruises in one, and I started this chart. And I'm pretty sure I haven't worked on it since. This is Praline by Forbidden Fibre. It's an Edinburgh linen, 36 count. You don't need to see the paper. Let's see, yeah, pitiful really what I've got here. And I think, looks like I'm stitching it 1/2. And I may have shown you this when I got my WIP go numbers, but that will be my starting point on Monday or for next week. Yeah, so my WIP go works differently to my actual stitching week. So really I should work on this on Monday. Because each Monday of a month, because I have 4 WIP go charts in any given month. Yeah, that's right, because it's 2 numbers and I have 2 WIP goes on one board, 2 WIP go boards on one board. So one of them is a sampler and the other one is a full coverage. So yes, on Monday I need to work on this for a couple of days. There you go, that's a better look at it. Yeah. Yeah. It's very pretty. But like I say, I'm only working at 1/2, I think. I'm not sure actually. No. It's 2/2. I'm not a fan of 36 count. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I find one strand doesn't give enough saturation of colour or coverage, and 2 strands make it really fluffy. So I'm thinking, because of that flower, I'm pretty sure it's 2/2. And I don't know what it's called for. Oh, on here it says 1 thread over 2 for 28 count. So that'll be interesting. I'm using the colourful threads, of which there are many. But I'm likely going to need more. Wow. Anyway, we shall see how that goes. So that's another project on the cards for next week. And then I would like a new start. And me being me, I have shown this, and I think I've already said I want to start it. This is called All Things Wise and Wonderful. Again, it's heartstring samplery. Again, it is a huge project. So this is being stitched on 32 count Sandcastle by Fox and Rabbit, and these are all the over dies. There is a lot and I don't have them all, but that's quite exciting. I really want to start that. I'll probably start it at the weekend. I have a free weekend. And then I want to start another full coverage. Which is it's a Heaven and Earth design. Flowers, Fur and Feathers, Max Colours by Ciro Marchetti. It's 350,175 stitches. And I really wanted some colour in my life. So that's the plan. So that is start number 2. And then so that's going to be stitched on a 32 count linen. This next one, I really need to start this. And I've said it for so long. It's not a big stitch. It's Madame Chantilly. I don't know what it's called. Cats in the Rain. It is so cute. Look at this one on this side. This is 106 by 120. So come on, I can do this. So it is, this is the linen. And it's got a blue band, so it's not Zweigart. But I'm sure it's like a 28 count linen. I guess I'll start in the center, not a 28 count, 32. I like to stitch on 32 count linen or 40. Anyhow, I have to start this. Maybe I'll start this evening. Well, don't know. Doesn't take many colours. Just DMC thread. I've had this kitted up for so long. So I would like to start that. So that will be 3 starts. A whip go. My B hoop, my alphabet, B for B hoop. and whatever else I can do. Oh, and my Haid cell. So yeah, I hope you liked what I've had to show you today. I didn't say welcome. See, I'm out of the loop. So I hope you enjoyed what I had to show today. I know it wasn't too much. And I hope you come back, follow my journey, see how much I can get done. I mean, I have all day to stitch and all evening. I don't know how people, and I say this so often, I don't know how people get so much done. Like Anne, the Max Colour Stitcher, she gets regularly like 6,000 a week. And I'm like, no. And she works full time and she has a daughter. So yeah, I'm a slow stitcher, but that's okay. I like to enjoy what I'm stitching. So I find it very meditative and relaxing. So yeah, I'm not like, oh, gotta get it done. I'd like to have more done, but I'm not going to sacrifice that feeling just to get more stitches in. It's not who I am. So that's all I have to show you today. Let me know what you're stitching on. I'd be really interested. Let me know how your Easter went. It's been and gone already. So hopefully I'll see you again soon. If you like what you saw, hit the like button and subscribe. I would love that. Drop me a comment. Love to hear from you. Have a great rest of the week and take care. Bye.